citizens and helping them understand the government's housing and urban development policies, as explained by Minister of Local Government, Dr. Patrice Mugenzi. When I get to know that a citizen was constructing and his project stopped, I feel bad. As leaders, we should always feel bad when such things happen to our people and be ashamed for not helping them. It is painful seeing locals being punished, yet you saw the regulations but never explain them well so they can avoid being fined. By 2025, it is projected that over 15 million people will be living in Rwanda's 101 planned cities, while other 6 million will reside in rural areas, all living within organized settlement villages. Now, as schools close and thousands of students return home for the long break, parents and local leaders are being called to action, with the government launching a nationwide initiative to keep youths engaged, safe and off the streets. We do have details. Penina Uwizeye, a student currently in her holidays, says she's preparing for her national high school leaving exams next year. She adds that school holidays is not a time for indulging in bad behavior. The plan is to utilize this holiday to relax and get ready to continue with school. Some parents say they are committed to monitoring and supporting their children during the break, ensuring they rest and remain safe. Some of the activities to have them engaged in are sports, music school trainings, and learning different other skills, but also discipline. Once these children are back home, we shall try to give them enough time and support them to learn housework and other skills. We shall also try to take them out to relax. Gilbert Kubgimana, head of Love with Action Academy, says that during school holidays, some parents tend to abandon their children, especially those with disability, leaving them to beg on streets. He adds that measures have been taken to address this issue.
As I said, these schools welcoming children with and without disabilities. Today it was a very big achievement to them. See how the children sitting in wheelchairs and walking with the clutches, working with the other children who have no disability. They can show their ability, they can show their capability to work, to go to school with the other kids. In these holidays, Love with Actions Academy has organized a camp. A camp will welcome all kids coming for treating them, taking them away from the electronic devices, taking them away from home, and they can come here, they can learn dancing and painting and cleaning and sports, so they can do other school activities and different activities in this holiday. This camp will be to empower the children and also to help the parents. While the parents are going for work, the kids are in the hands of Love with Actions Academy, so they have no fear. They don't worry about the security, the safety of their children. I'm recommending parents to have their eyes on children every day. The kids have been in school for almost 1 year, and this time we're going to give them the children. So they have to keep watching the kids, not letting them unattended, and the kids can have security, can be protected against violence for the kids, especially for children with disabilities. So the parents, we are inviting them, we are mobilizing them, keep supporting these children during these holidays.
The Minister of Youth and Arts, Honorable Abdara Utmatkwishima, revealed that in every village, the government has set up designated locations where students will gather to receive various lessons aimed at helping them avoid harmful behaviors. He also called on parents to collaborate in these efforts. Firstly, children have to return home. Secondly, during holidays, children should take time to relax and sleep well. We plan to introduce Intore mu Biruhuko program, so we are asking all students, beginning from around 20th, after the national exam, to at least find 3 days to participate in activities organized in their cells. They will also learn about values and be reminded that it is important for them to be clean. There will be also medical checkups. We want to ask parents to check and ensure that your children do not own vape kits, that they smoke without your knowledge. The school break marking the end of 2024-2025 academic year, officially began on June 27th, 2025, and students have started returning to their families according to the travel schedules announced by the Ministry of Education. Now, this Sunday, experts from the armed forces of the East African Community member states have arrived in Rwanda as part of the community development initiatives. These activities carried out by the military personnel are seen as a strong example of what the East African Community can achieve when member countries collaborate closely. The program kicked off in Nyanza Hospital in the southern province, where Dr. Jerome Mfutumukiza, Director General of Nyanza Hospital, has stated that the medical outreach, which will last for 5 days at this hospital, is expected to benefit over 800 patients, including those that are unable to afford treatment. Some of the specialists are dispatched by the East African Community military forces emphasize that these citizen-focused initiatives demonstrate the kind of progress achieved through regional unity among member states. The initiative is referred to as East African Community Civil Military Cooperation Week, and it involves provision of various free medical services, and soldiers will also participate in the construction of some infrastructure. This effort complements the ongoing partnership between RDF and police with other institutions in the programs that support citizens' welfare and development. It is also part of the celebration marking the 31st anniversary of Rwanda's liberation and the 25th anniversary of the Rwanda National Police's Community Partnership. And this 5th edition of the initiative brings together military medical experts from Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda. Still about these initiatives, patients receiving care at various health facilities in Ngoma district and surrounding areas have expressed satisfaction with the medical services provided by specialists from the armed forces of East African Community member states who are in Rwanda as part of a medical community development mission. Residents from across Ngoma and neighboring districts gathered early at the Chibungo Teaching and Referral Hospital to seek treatment for various health conditions. They were pleased with how well the initiative was organized and with the quality of care being offered free of charge. A range of medical specialists from the East African Armed Forces are examining and treating multiple conditions, including surgical operations, skin diseases, oral and nasal alignments, among others, and patients are also receiving medication after consultation. Dr. Jean Korode Munyemana, the Director General of the hospital, reminded all those that are seeking treatment to pay their health insurance mutual contribution for the upcoming year early. 50 specialist doctors covering various fields of medicine are participating in this outreach with plans to treat up to 2,000 patients. Now to matters agriculture. Agricultural stakeholders in the East African region emphasize that collaboration between various institutions is a critical pillar in building a resilient agriculture sector. Jean-Pierre Hategekimana, who grows chili and avocado in Huye district, and Joseph Musenjimana, a horticulture farmer in Kayunza district, are among the youths who have been supported by Kilimo Trust, an institution promoting agriculture in the region. They say the organization has helped them acquire agriculture knowledge, add value to their produce, and access markets for their products. Dr. Birungi Korutaro, the CEO of Kilimo Trust, has noted that farmers should work together to implement strategies aimed at addressing climate change, while the Minister of State in the Ministry of Agriculture and Animal Resources, Eric Rwigamba, pointed out that although the journey is still long, efforts will be invested in research to expand agriculture and make it more adaptable to climate change. According to the data from the National Institute of Statistics of Rwanda, agriculture accounted for 25% of the country's GDP, and that in Rwanda, agriculture is the livelihood of over 62.4% of rural residents, and smallholder farmers with less than 0.5 hectares of land make up to 80% of the agricultural workforce.
Moments. Laying hoops. Giving away. Making moves. breakfast with family, Inyanje is always there. Whatever the occasion, whatever the moment, always ask for Inyanje.
Nyiri muto arababwiraga data bati ntabwo agira umukamo mwinshi utunze inkimi, ariko nigeze acika intege. Mama akinjira mu bucuruzi harabamubwiraga bati ntabwo watera imbere udakorera mu iduka rigezweho, ariko ntibyamusubije inyuma, yakoranaga umwete. Njya muri kaminuza hari abanshidikanyagaho bavuga ko nashobora kaminuza naturuka mu muryango wifashije, ariko byaragiye nanditse amateka mashya. Igihe cyo gutera ishema umuryango wanjye kigeze, bamwe bakomeje kumbwira bati ntabwo watera umuryango wawe ibyishimo n'ishema, ariko narabishoboye. Hari abakekaga ko nasigira umurage ukomeye abankomokaho, ariko ubu mfite uruganda rutunganya amata. Banki ya Kigali yabaye umufatanyabikorwa wanjye mu rugendo rwose, inzozi zanjye ziba impamo. Bigereho.
Muyobozi wa sosiyete, turakwibutsa ko buri sosiyete isabwa n'itegeko kubika ibitabo bya sosiyete ndetse no gushyikiriza RDB amakuru abikubiyemo. Ibyo bitabo birimo igitabo cy'abanyamigabane, icy'abagenewe inyungu ku migabane, inyandiko y'amakuru ya sosiyete, ibaruramari ngarukamwaka n'izindi. Gutanga amakuru y'ugenewe inyungu ku migabane wanyura kuri bo.rdb.rw, naho gutanga izindi nyandiko ukanyura kuri org.rdb.rw.
Welcome back from that very short break. RTV News in English continues with international news. On the international scene, Ukraine is putting cash on the front line, offering $50,000 bonuses to recruits aged between 18 and 24 amid a growing soldier shortage. Al Jazeera has details on this story.
They've only just turned 18, legally adults and now eligible to fight. These new recruits are undergoing basic training, preparing to join the front lines. To entice them, the government is offering under-24s a controversial deal. $25,000 to sign up and another $25,000 after a year of service. It's a deal many older soldiers never had, and that's caused some resentment. But Ukraine faces a harsh reality. It needs more troops, fast.
I think the majority of men came here because they couldn't sign the contract before, like me. We were told we were too young. Now this opportunity has come.
They're learning first aid, how to down drones and live fire drills. For many, it's also a way out of poverty, a wage few their age can earn elsewhere. There are conditions to the contract. The soldiers must serve in the infantry, which puts them in the most dangerous part of the battlefield, in the trenches and potentially face-to-face against Russian forces. It means these young men are not just expected to fight, they're expected to survive.
We signed up for a year. If all goes well, I'll continue. My job is to assault enemy trenches, defend our positions, and help take our land back.
They have at least another month of training before heading to the front.
They have better physical endurance. They learn fast. The ones already fighting have received good feedback from commanders. They weren't mobilized, they volunteered.
And Alexander insists, for most of them, it's not about the money.
They want to protect their country. The money's to support their families. Before they were working and helping at home. Now they'll be at war.
At 18, they've just reached adulthood. But now they're soldiers, preparing for a war that has already claimed so many lives. Asad Beg, Al Jazeera, Ukraine.
An island in central Philippines is slowly sinking because of rising sea levels. Families living there have been dealing with this problem for years, but authorities now say the situation is getting dangerously worse. Al Jazeera once more.
Wading in flood water, even in death. This family on Batasan Island in central Philippines held a funeral as the sea around them rose to inundate the island. Yet they carried on like it was a fact of life, because it is. Here, the sea encroaches for half of the year, affecting people's way of life from the extraordinary to the mundane.
We have to move our things to higher ground. Even something as simple as washing our clothes becomes difficult because we have to do it in the flood.
The rate of sea level rise has more than doubled since 1993. In a study published in May, scientists warned of catastrophic inland migration, even if global warming doesn't go beyond 1.5 degrees Celsius. That future is now for Batasan.
Batasan Island is facing a double whammy. The waters around here are rising 3 times faster than the global average due to climate change and because a powerful earthquake in 2013 altered its topography. People here say they've been warned the island could be completely submerged in a decade or two.
The Department of Environment has declared the island uninhabitable and has told people to relocate.
Sooner or later, because the sea levels will rise and the sea levels will eat up the entire island, right? There will be no choice down the line.
But people here refuse to move. They say they don't know any other life but a life at sea, so they've chosen to adapt instead. Construction on a new elevated school building was just completed. Houses are either on stilts, have floors raised several centimeters, or have another floor built on.
I had a second floor built so we can rest more comfortably because there are days when the tide rises at night time.
It's manageable for now, they say, but they're also the first to admit they can only do so much and that their children may have to confront the reality of leaving the island. Barnabilo, Al Jazeera, Batasan Island, the Philippines.
With that report, we've come to the end of RwandaTV News. As we begin your next week, we pray that you enjoy it. From me and the rest of the team, have a good night and good luck. Goodbye.